Hi, everybody. This is Joe from PrepAgent. Hope you're having a good day, and we're ready to begin. Hi, Luanda. It was sent out a little late, but it was sent out, I believe. If not, I'll talk to Arthur about that, but I believe it was sent out on Monday. Okay, good morning, D. Auguste from Florida. And today we're doing agency. So if we're doing agency, obviously I'm going to start out the day with asking you what are the essentials of an agency relationship? Oh, good luck, Jennifer. Okay, so what are the essentials of an agency relationship? Okay, a cold. Do I not have finance in the schedule this week? If I don't, I will change that. So we'll take care of it. Okay, a cold. What does a cold stand for? What do you guys think? What does a cold stand for? So I see a lot of you guys writing a cold. What does that mean? Okay, so what that stands for is accountability, confidentiality, obedience, loyalty, and disclosure. Good. Accountability, confidentiality, obedience, loyalty, and disclosure. Excellent. Just to give everybody a heads up, I know I scheduled a webinar for tomorrow, but I might have to reschedule tomorrow's webinar. Okay, so look out for that. But since you guys are on the call right now, I'm letting you guys know it's a very good possibility that tomorrow's webinar may need to be rescheduled, and we'll be sending something out later. Okay, but for now, plan on tomorrow's webinar being rescheduled. Okay, so I'm giving you guys that heads up while you're on the line right now. All right. First question of the day. The fiduciary duty of full disclosure requires the seller agent to A, obey all the seller's lawful instructions, B, advise the buyer about how the seller is likely to accept for the property, C, advertise listed property frequently, D, tell the principal anything that would be of use in negotiations. What do you guys think? Okay, and the answer here. Okay, tell the principal anything that would be of use in negotiations. So some of you guys hit A, so majority hit A, so I circled A, but the answer is D. Okay. So the fiduciary duty of full disclosure requires the seller's agent to tell the principal anything that would be of use. Okay, the main obligation of the principal owes a real estate agent is A, obedience, B, confidentiality, C, compensation, or D, accounting. Oh, Ann says brain fried. If you guys are getting there, where it's just getting so much information, which happens, be sure to take a break. I see some of you guys just keep studying and studying. At some point, let me put it this way. If you're studying so much, where if you stop and somebody asks you, what did you just look at? And you can't repeat what you just looked at, it's time to take a break. That time is better served going for a walk. I highly recommend walking your dog if you got a dog. I don't recommend sitting in front of a screen like watching TV or a computer, but I always think getting some fresh air, going for a walk, maybe doing some exercise, getting some energy out is a good thing to do when that happens. How many of you guys have gotten there where it's just, as Ann put it, just brain fried? And my definition of brain fried is when you're just looking at the material like a zombie and you think you're studying, but really it's just not sinking in anymore. And you guys gotten to that point where somebody says, tell me what you just learned. You're like, I don't know. So my recommendations for that is definitely some type of exercise is good. If you're not a big exercise person, just go for a quick walk, something like that. My point is you don't want to do something that's very thinking intensive. Okay, that takes a lot of concentration. So going for a walk is very good for just clearing your mind. Okay, so doing something else could be a little bad. Sometimes I think watching a movie or something takes some thought process, but sometimes you need some fresh air and then come back. Don't go out drinking. I know some of you guys are like, cool, that's the time I bust out the booze. Okay, the answer for this one, compensation. The other thing I'll tell you is give yourself a time frame for that walk, like 30 minutes. And the other thing I'd say, when you guys take those breaks, and this is studying strategy, don't start calling other people. Okay, because what happens is if you call other people, that 30-minute break could easily turn into an hour or 2 hours. Okay, because they'll start talking to you and then you'll lose track of the time. You want to make sure that break has a definite end time. Definite end time. Don't let that get away from you. Yeah, so Megan, if CARE's one of the options, that'd be a tough one then. Okay, real estate licensee has a buyer agency agreement. What is the seller in this situation? A, the fiduciary, B, a client, C, an agent, or D, a customer? What do you guys think? So what is the seller in this situation? D, the customer. Good. Good job, everybody. If a principal terminates the listing agreement during the listing period, the broker may be able to do all the following except A, recover market expenses, B, collect a commission for a transaction in process, C, continue to cooperate with any subsequent listing brokers, D, encourage termination of any contract in process. What do you guys think? All right, good. So there's a lot involved in this question, more than it seems. So first of all, they're talking about a listing that has a specific date. Okay. So what type of listings need a definite termination date? What type of listings need a definite termination date? What do you guys think? What type of listings need a definite termination date? Exclusive listings. Nice job, Ann Morris. Exclusive listings need a definite termination date. Remember, guys, you got two types of exclusive listings: exclusive right to sell and exclusive agency. What is the difference between an exclusive right to sell and exclusive agency listing? So they're both exclusive listings. All right. So first of all, I hope everybody has that clear. You have exclusive listings, and then within an exclusive listing, there's two types of exclusive listings: exclusive right to sell and exclusive agency. Okay. So well, first of all, let's define this. What's an exclusive listing? What's an exclusive listing? What do you guys think? What's an exclusive listing? So, Rich, that's a type of exclusive listing. So just give me what an exclusive listing is. Okay, one broker. Okay. So when I ask you guys what an exclusive listing is, many of you guys are defining an exclusive right to sell listing, and that's a type of exclusive listing. So follow me here. All right. Okay, so the exclusive listing is one broker. That's why it needs a definite termination date. All right. That's why it needs a definite termination date. Because if you're not doing your job, they need to find a different broker. Okay. And so there's a time limit on how long you have to opportunity to do your job. Within the exclusive listing, you have exclusive right to sell and exclusive agency. First, I want you guys to tell me what is an exclusive right to sell listing. So first, I want you to tell me what is an exclusive right to sell listing. So first, let's start with that. What is an exclusive right to sell listing? Okay, so we just state what an exclusive listing is. So what's an exclusive right to sell listing? Okay, broker gets paid regardless. As long as there's a buyer, all right, the broker gets paid. What's an exclusive agency listing? What's an exclusive agency listing? What's an exclusive agency listing? What do you guys think? And guys, remember, we want everybody participating. Everybody participating. I see right now we got 40 people watching this webinar, but I'm only seeing like 6 or 7 people respond here. Okay. Do we all agree we want everybody participating, even if you're not sure what you're doing? We want you all jumping in. Nobody's judging if you don't know the answer. Okay, so exclusive agency listing, the owner gets paid if they bring the buyer. Okay, and the agent gets nothing. So out of exclusive agency or exclusive right to sell, which one do you need to prove that you're the procuring cause? Out of exclusive agency or exclusive right to sell, which one do you need to prove that you're the procuring cause? Out of those two, which one do you need to prove that you're the procuring cause? Exclusive agency. Nice job, Rich. Okay, now we're looking at this question here. I want to paint a scenario for you guys. You sign an exclusive right to sell listing, okay? And the seller's like, oh, I'm so excited to sell. This is going to be so great. I'm hiring you to do this, and you're going to find me a buyer, and I'm going to sell my house to him and move on with my life. I'm thrilled, right? And you're thrilled you get this exclusive right to sell listing. So you're really excited. You spend money on Facebook ads in a newspaper. If you're a dinosaur, you do that. Okay. And you do open houses. Okay. And you do everything you need to do. You put in your time, effort, money, everything. Okay. And then you find a buyer and you're super psyched about it. And then the seller goes, psych, I don't really want to sell. I was just messing with you. I just kind of want to see what my house is worth. There's this really cute girl moved in down the street. I'm really excited she moved here. I'm not moving. My bad. Sorry if I wasted your time. What could you do in that situation? First of all, would you guys be angry in that situation? Would you guys be angry in that circumstance? What do you guys think? So what would you do in that situation? Okay, so yeah, you'd be super angry. So my first question is, can you go after the seller for your marketing expenses in that situation? All that time you spent on, the advertising, the signs, or whatever it is. Could you do that? Could you go after your marketing expenses? Yes, so that's the first option. You guys see that first option? So Neri, this has nothing to do with liquidated damages. Okay. So yes, you could go after those marketing expenses. Second thing, can you collect a commission? Are you owed a commission? Can you collect a commission? Can you collect a commission in that situation? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. All right. Because you did what the contract said. You brought that buyer. You brought that buyer. Okay. It does not matter if the house sells. You get that commission. All right. Now I'm talking technically and legally here. So follow me here. All right, guys. So it seems there's some confusion in this scenario. So everybody follow me. You get that commission. Now, you cannot encourage termination of any contract in process. So for example, if the seller started some contract with that buyer, you cannot tell them what to do, all right? But you're owed your commission, okay? But you can't interfere with any other relationships the seller may have, all right? Remember, you are hired to find a buyer. You're not hired to sell the house. Everybody remember that? You are not hired to sell the house, right, guys? Does everybody get that? Why can you not sell the house? Why can you not sell the house? Why are you not hired to sell the house? Simple answer, because it's not your house. All you could do is bring the two people together. At the end of the day, they got to do the transaction. Now, this is why this is confusing to everybody. Everybody ready? Give me a thumbs up if you're ready, or just write ready. And I'll explain to you why this is confusing. Okay, why people are very confused about what I just explained, that you could recover your marketing expenses, or you could collect the commission, or things of that nature. This is confusing to people because in real life, it's a horrible idea to sue your clients, all right? In real life, if this happened, you're better off just moving on with your life and accepting the loss, and just, it is what it is. The amount time, energy, and money you would spend suing your client and the damage you would do to your reputation, not worth it. But with that being said, you should understand the technicalities and the legalities of the law. But when you work for a broker, after you guys pass, they're going to teach you how to really vet these clients before you put a lot of work into them, how to really talk to them to prevent these kind of situations, because these situations can happen. There's a lot of people who will just say, list my house. I want to see what kind of traction it would get, even though I'm really not that interested in selling. Because remember, you guys are purely on commission, so it doesn't cost them anything. Okay. So it's really in extreme situations where you kind of use lawyers and go after somebody. Okay. It's really in extreme situations. So people get confused because in real life, you're not getting your marketing expenses back. In real life, you're not getting the commission, for the transaction. In real life, you're going to walk away and move on with your life, and pursue other clients and pursue new business and take it as a loss, the cost of doing business. But legally and technically, according to the contract, you're entitled to those things. My point is just in real life, the cost of lawyers and time and energy makes it not worth it. Does that make sense, guys? So that's the explanation of this. And that's why people get confused. So if I explain that, because some of you guys were like, no, that's not right, Joe. And, you know, when I practice real estate, blah, 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 blah. So hopefully that explanation kind of puts things in order for you guys. All right. So basically what I'm getting at is differentiate good practice versus the letter of the law. Before you learn good practice, which you will learn with your brokers, you should know the law. And then once you know the law, which you're learning now as you prepare for your exam, then you will start to understand what's good and bad practice as a professional. Okay, but that scenario trips a lot of people up for the reason we just explained. Oh, this is a question we did before, so let's do it really quick. A real estate license has a buyer agency agreement. What is the seller in this situation? A client, B, an agent, C, a fiduciary, D, a customer. We should all get this quickly. We did this before. Okay, D, good. Okay, let's move on. A broker has been in business for many years. He currently has 40 exclusive listings in his office. Ooh, that's a lot. The broker dies and his daughter, who is also a broker, takes over for him. What should she do about the current listings? A, just inform the seller that she is taking over as broker. B, she must attempt to renegotiate all the listings. C, she need only inform the Bureau of Real Estate that now she is the broker of record. Or C, do nothing. She must attempt to renegotiate all the listings. Listings are personal service contracts, meaning they may sign that contract with the brokerage, but they also sign it with the brokerage with the understanding there's a certain person representing the brokerage in that transaction. When you do a listing, they have the brokerage there, but they also have the signature of an individual person, okay? So she must attempt to renegotiate all those listings. An agency relationship may be created by all the following except A, an oral agreement, B, subordination, C, subsequent ratification, D, necessity or emergency. Are any of you guys going to do door knocking when you guys pass? How many of you guys are ready to put on your sneakers and knock on doors all over your community? Okay, subordination means to bribe or induce somebody to do something unlawful. Obviously, that's a major no-no. If you guys are ready to door knock, all the more power to you. I could not stand it. I became physically ill at the idea. But some of you guys are great at it. You got to do what you're good at. You got to focus your most time on where your talents lie. For me, it was social media. I was very good at getting people through the internet. Door knocking didn't really work for me that well. But some people it does. It also depends on the type of community you're in. That's a very big part of it. It really depends what type of community you're in. For me, it was all about social media. Okay. Okay, we just did this one. Good. Okay, a prospect for the lease of a commercial property feels the need for adversarial representation and hires a broker to negotiate the lease on his behalf. What is the name of the contract entered into between the prospect and the broker? A buyer-broker agreement. B, an authorization to negotiate. C, a property management agreement. Or D, a cooperative brokerage agreement. And the answer is A, a buyer-broker agreement. Seller A lets buyer B assume that broker C was his agent. This type of agency relationship is an example of A, ostensible authority, B, estoppel, C, none of the other options are correct, D, ratification. So, Michelle, even though it was a lease, there was representation in finding those tenants, so that makes them a buyer's agent. The property manager more handles them when they're there. We were getting into the phonetics of it, but ostensible authority. By the way, if we have any editors or if you guys have any editing experience with videos, we're looking to update some of our videos or make new videos. So if any of you guys have any video editing experience, write us a note and we may have some work for you. And you can make videos about ostensible authority. Very exciting stuff, I know. Okay, a power of attorney can be terminated by the A, revocation by the principal, B, death of the attorney in fact, C, incapacity of the parties to the power of attorney, D, all of the other options are correct. D, all the other options are correct. Good. Good idea, Rich. If you are a sub-agent or listing broker, you are working for the A, seller, B, listing broker, C, lender, D, buyer. A, seller. Real quick, guys, what is Latin for according to value? Who knows that? Super fast. Everybody write it. Super fast. Latin for according to value. Latin for according to value. Ooh, Michelle's first. Good. Okay, now Ad valorem is Latin for according to value. Okay, Latin for lawsuit pending. Latin for lawsuit pending. Latin for lawsuit pending. Flash quiz here. Latin for lawsuit pending. Who knows? Latin for lawsuit pending. Lease pendants. Good. Okay, Latin for new. Latin for new. What is Latin for new? Latin for new. Nova. Nova is Latin for new. It comes up with novation. Excellent. Novation's a new addition to a contract. Good. And here's the hardest one of all. If you guys know this one, I'll give everybody a high five. Latin for buyer beware. Let's see who knows this one. I'll be super impressed if you guys know this one. Latin for buyer beware. Latin for buyer beware. Caveat emptor. Nice job, near your mom. Caveat emptor. Great job, guys. Okay, non-disclosure of dual agency by a broker can result in A, loss of commission only, B, rescission of the contract only, C, there's no penalty for not disclosing a dual agency, or D, loss of commission and rescission of contract. Okay, I'll give you guys a hint. Some states say it's illegal, some states it's legal, but it does not change the answer of this question regardless of how your state treats it. The answer is D, good. If it's illegal in your state, obviously it results in loss, commission, and rescission of the contract. If it's legal in your state, you still have to disclose it. So when people look at dual agency, I tend to get all these answers of people telling me it's legal or illegal. And the reality is it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because even if it's legal to do a dual agency in your state, you still absolutely have to disclose it. All right? Everybody understand that? You still absolutely have to disclose it. All right? So the status of the legality of the dual agency is irrelevant when this comes up on your national portion of your exam. All right? So illegal or legal is irrelevant. Okay, so nobody should be looking at this like, oh, is it legal or illegal? Doesn't matter. Because regardless of the legal status, it has to be disclosed. Oh, I'm getting people telling me it's illegal. Okay. As the agent of the seller, a real estate broker negotiates a sale. By agreement, the licensee can be paid his commission in the form of A, assignment of a note, B, a buyer's personal check, C, any of these options, or D, valuable personal property. C, any of these options. Good. Somebody asked me why in our program we never have the option of all the above or none of the above. And when it's on your actual exam, the reason we put things like any of these options rather than all the above or any of the above is because when Arthur created this, he made it so the answers are all randomized, which means this option is not always going to be at the bottom. And the reason he randomized the options is so you guys don't memorize. It makes it harder for you guys to memorize the correct answer. So you don't memorize D or A or B, which we're always trying to do. Hopefully you guys notice that and you appreciate that because that was a great idea he had to do. And so every time you do the same question, if you do the same question, if you do a test again and again and again, the answers will appear in a different order. All right. And it's just one more effort to kind of challenge you guys to know the material rather than memorize things. Why would you get paid Valuable personal property. You can get paid in anything. Valuable personal property would be like, I don't know, it'd be like a hat. Well, today there's really nothing to explain with the except how to. I just use except to explain how to use except. Except you just got to look at the last part of the question. That's basically the thing to focus on there. And when you see it, you just got to be aware of it and understand what they're looking at. All right, guys, well, that's it for today. Remember, more than likely we will not have a webinar tomorrow. We'll send out a confirmation on that, but plan on not having the webinar tomorrow. I'm going to reschedule that one. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see you guys soon. This is Joe from PrepAgent. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.